In a world that seems full of dominant alphas and submissive beta males, there's another type that stays under the radar. Sigma males. They're seen as the solo players in society, but that doesn't mean they prefer to be alone. They just like to stay out of the usual social rankings and follow their own path. They're self-sufficient and hard to figure out, which makes it difficult for people to get them. That's why others often misjudge these guys and their actions, not getting the logic behind what they do, even though Sigma males have their own clear reasons. Here are 16 things about them that might not be obvious to everyone else. Number 1. They always question the obvious. Sigma males don't just accept things the way they are. It's not that they want to be contrary or disagree just for the sake of it. They naturally dig deeper. It's like when an offer seems too good to be true. While others might dive in without a second thought, Sigma males take a moment to consider all angles. They prefer solid evidence and personal experience over just taking someone's word for it. When everyone else is getting caught up in the moment, they remain level-headed and ask the tough questions. Some might view this as being negative or skeptical, but it's really about being cautious. They don't jump on every trend just because it's popular. For them, believing in something requires hard proof. They use this cautious approach in all aspects of their life, from evaluating news to interacting with people. This might make them come across as distant or somewhat skeptical, but they're okay with that. They prefer to be certain rather than regretful. It's simply their way of navigating the world. They aren't antisocial, just choosy about socializing. People often mistake being quiet or not, mingling with everyone, as disliking social interactions. However, preferring a few close friends over a large group isn't antisocial, it's being selective about socializing. Sigma males do enjoy making friends and engaging in conversations, but they're selective about who they spend their time with. It's not that they're unfriendly, they just prioritize meaningful interactions. They'd rather have in-depth conversations with a few friends than be at a large party filled with chatter. Many don't get why they might stay quiet in group settings. Sigma males are often listening, thinking, and deciding when and who to interact with. They save their time and energy for genuine situations and discussions that challenge their minds. It's not that they don't value others. They're just intentional about who they let into their lives. Their choice to be selective isn't about rejecting people. It's about embracing their own preferences and what feels right to them. They prefer interactions that align with their values over trying to fit in for popularity. This approach to socializing can seem odd to those who love being in lively social environments, but for Sigma males, it's the way to meaningful and true connection. They don't care about social rankings. Most men are caught up with where they stand in social hierarchies, using it to measure their power and status. They're always comparing themselves, aiming to move up and gain more recognition, never content with their current spot. However, Sigma males don't get involved in this competition. They don't feel the need to outdo others or seek approval through their social position. Unlike the alpha male, who often wants to be at the top, Sigma males are indifferent to these social structures. They are not after leadership roles just to be seen as important, nor do they simply follow to fit in. Their sense of worth isn't tied to their rank among peers, which shields them from the stress of trying to meet social standards. They focus on doing what they think is right, without worrying about how others view them. This stance can sometimes put them at odds with those in authority, not because they want to challenge the system, but because they see beyond its superficiality and choose not to engage. Sigma males avoid getting caught in a never-ending cycle of comparison and competition, a game where the rules constantly change and everyone strives to surpass others, leaving little room for real connections or personal satisfaction. They prefer staying on the fringe, watching rather than joining in. Some might see this as pride or detachment, but it's actually a deliberate decision to not get swept up in the frenzy. They keep a low profile on purpose. Some people might see being quiet as a sign of low confidence or disinterest. However, for Sigma males, having a discreet presence is a conscious choice. They generally stay away from the center of attention, not because they can't stand out, but because they cherish their privacy and believe in the power of subtlety. It's similar to the quiet strength of someone who observes quietly in a meeting, fully engaged, but speaking up only when it really matters. Sigma males move through social situations quietly, without seeking recognition. Their preference to remain understated in a look-at-me world might confuse others, but it actually reflects a strong sense of self-assurance and a considerate approach to interacting. Their influence is often more impactful than visible, changing things through meaningful actions and insights instead of making noise. A low-key way of engaging with the world doesn't mean they're disappearing into the background. It's actually a tactical choice to live confidently according to their own rules. They choose to be independent rather than seek approval. Some people rely on external validation to feel valued or successful, always needing someone else's approval to feel confident in their choices. However, there are individuals who don't depend on this kind of affirmation. They find satisfaction in doing things their own way, preferring solitude over following the crowd. They carve out their unique path and stick to it, not because they aim to stand out, but because they're more content making their own decisions. They act based on personal desire, not for the sake of approval. This might appear as if they disregard friendships or others' opinions, but in reality, they simply have a strong sense of self and don't require external validation to feel content or accomplished. Their strength comes from their ability to stand independently, not from the support or endorsement of others. This isn't about being inflexible. It's about having a deep trust in their own judgment and understanding what's truly best for them. They don't react impulsively. A characteristic of Sigma males that often confuses others is their minimal reaction, whether in arguments or surprising situations. Some might misinterpret this as apathy or a lack of emotion. However, Sigma males simply process things differently. They remain composed and don't allow their emotions to control them. They prefer to consider every aspect of a situation before responding. They're not emotionless or mechanical. They experience feelings like frustration or excitement, but choose not to express them right away. This restraint might make them seem tough to some, but it's not about appearing strong. They aim to avoid saying or doing things impulsively that they might regret later. By taking time to think, they maintain their composure, which often helps them steer clear of unnecessary drama. Others might see this behavior as disinterest or detachment. But in reality, Sigma males prefer to manage situations calmly and consistently, rather than being dominated by their emotions. They've learned that sometimes not reacting is the best response. They choose to be silent for a reason. When a man is quiet, people might think he's upset or at a loss for words, but that's not necessarily the case for Sigma males. They opt to remain silent on purpose, not because they're unhappy or lack thoughts, but because they're strategic about when to speak. They understand that sometimes staying quiet is more powerful than speaking without purpose. They observe and listen carefully, then take their time to think before they talk. This way, they ensure that their words carry weight and are worth listening to. Their silence is like being in stealth mode during hide and seek, staying unnoticed to better understand their surroundings. They're not disregarding others. They're simply choosing the perfect moment to contribute. They prefer to fully grasp a situation before getting involved. This thoughtful approach allows them to excel in understanding complex issues. So, their lack of constant chatter doesn't mean they have nothing to contribute. They're just biding their time, waiting for the most impactful moment to share their thoughts. They naturally think differently. For Sigma males, thinking outside the box is just part of who they are. They're not scared to question the usual way of doing things or to suggest ideas that might seem odd to others. It's like choosing a path through the woods that nobody else has noticed. It might be an unusual choice, but it can lead to incredible discoveries. They trust their gut and don't worry if their thoughts aren't mainstream for them. Being original and creative is more valuable than just fitting in with the crowd. While many might stick to the familiar route, Sigma males venture into new territory, exploring ideas that others might miss. Their goal isn't to be contrary. They're driven by their creativity and insights. This approach can confuse some, leaving them wondering why Sigma males don't just take the easier or more accepted route. But for Sigma males, it's not about being different for its own sake. It's about viewing things from a fresh perspective and staying true to their vision. They often propose solutions or concepts that seem unusual at first, but can gain recognition over time, turning what was once seen as unconventional into the next. Their forward thinking may make them appear out of step with current trends, but in reality, they're just ahead of their time, and they're perfectly okay with that. They are genuinely themselves. Sigma males are true to themselves, not because they want to stand out, but because that's just who they are. Their real way of expressing themselves can be confusing for people who expect everyone to fit into certain roles, especially in social or professional settings. For those who are deeply connected with their own identity, pretending to be someone they're not isn't an option. They live according to their values and beliefs, not swayed by the latest trends or the pressure to fit in. Their honesty might come across as defiance or unwillingness to conform, making it hard for them to blend in. They aren't looking for others' approval, which can be baffling to some. The point isn't to oppose for the sake of it, but to remain true to themselves without giving in to outside expectations. Being authentic in a world that often values conformity takes bravery and strong belief in oneself. Sigma males prefer to be on their own rather than be part of a group that doesn't match their genuine nature. Their straightforward authenticity might be hard for some to grasp, but it's exactly what distinguishes them. They're keen observers. Sigma males do more than just watch. They deeply understand both the big picture and the finer details that many overlook. They're the ones who notice patterns in behavior, changes in group dynamics, and can read between the lines of what's being said versus what's actually meant. Their profound observation skills often led to insights that seem like intuition or even the ability to predict the future. It's not that they're always sitting back and deliberately analyzing everything. They're just naturally more in tune with their surroundings than most people. Their minds are always connecting dots, which makes them exceptional at solving problems. While they might appear to be lost in thought or not fully engaged, they're actually actively assembling information in a way that makes sense. This ability might be mistaken for being overly critical or judgmental, but that's not their intention. They use their observational skills to better understand the world, avoid mistakes, and make well-informed choices. They're not trying to prove they're smarter than anyone or to flaunt their intelligence. For them, observing and understanding deeply is as natural and automatic as breathing. They find comfort in solitude. Sigma males often find a unique sense of peace and rejuvenation in solitude that many might misunderstand as loneliness or isolation. Unlike those who seek constant company to feel fulfilled, Sigma males view their alone time as an opportunity to reflect, recharge, and engage deeply with their own thoughts and projects. This preference for solitude isn't about shunning social interactions, but rather about valuing the quality of their engagements over the quantity. In their moments alone, they might explore new hobbies, delve into research, or simply enjoy the quiet that allows them to listen to their inner voice. This time spent in solitude is crucial for their mental and emotional well-being. It's when they're most creative, coming up with ideas and solutions that they later bring into their social and professional lives. So their ability to be alone, and not just okay but thriving, can be perplexing to those who fear solitude or equate being alone with being unhappy. Yet, for Sigma males, solitude is a cherished state where they build their strengths and self-awareness. This does not mean they are hermits. They do enjoy meaningful connections. However, they make sure that their social interactions are genuinely enriching and not just a way to pass time. Understanding and respecting a Sigma male's need for solitude can open the door to deeper, more authentic relationships with them. It's in this space that they prepare themselves to engage with the world in a way that is thoughtful, intentional, and uniquely their own. They are adaptable and thrive on change. Sigma males exhibit a remarkable ability to adapt to new situations and environments, often with an ease that belies the depth of their flexibility. This adaptability is not born out of a desire to conform, but rather from their innate understanding that change is the only constant in life. They are not perturbed by shifts in circumstances. Instead, they view them as opportunities to learn, grow, and refine their strategies for navigating the world. Their comfort with change means they can pivot quickly when faced with unexpected challenges, making them resilient in the face of adversity. While others might resist or fear change, seeing it as a threat to their stability or comfort, Sigma males approach it with curiosity and an open mind. This mindset allows them to excel in dynamic environments where others might struggle to keep up. This trait also makes them lifelong learners, constantly absorbing new information and skills. They are not wedded to any single way of thinking or doing things. They understand that growth often requires abandoning outdated methods in favor of more effective approaches. Their ability to adapt is rooted in a deep self-confidence and a trust in their ability to overcome obstacles, no matter how daunting they may initially seem. Sigma males' adaptability is a key component of their independence. It's not just about surviving change, but thriving in it, using it as fuel for personal development and as a tool for carving out their unique path in life. This approach to change and growth is what often sets them apart, making them pioneers in their chosen fields and in their personal lives. They value depth in relationships over breadth. Sigma males prioritize meaningful, profound connections with others, often preferring to have a few close relationships rather than many superficial ones. This preference stems from their desire for authenticity and depth in interactions. They invest time and energy into understanding and connecting with people on a deep level, which includes sharing ideas, values, and mutual respect. For Sigma males, the quality of a relationship is far more important than the quantity of social contacts they have. Their approach to relationships means they are selective about who they open up to. But once someone has gained their trust, Sigma males are loyal, thoughtful, and supportive friends or partners. They seek individuals who not only understand their need for independence and solitude, but also share their passion for deep conversations and meaningful activities. This selective nature might make Sigma males seem distant or aloof to those who don't know them well. But in reality, it's a reflection of their sincerity in how they choose to engage with others. They are not interested in maintaining facades or engaging in shallow exchanges. They crave authenticity and depth. The connections Sigma males do form are often rich, lasting, and based on a mutual understanding and respect that goes beyond surface-level interactions. This can lead to highly rewarding relationships that provide both parties with a sense of fulfillment and understanding that is rare and valued. Sigma males demonstrate that in a world where many are focused on expanding their social networks, there is profound beauty and strength in cultivating a few deep, meaningful connections. They are introspective and self-aware. Sigma males spend a considerable amount of time in introspection, constantly analyzing their thoughts, feelings, and actions. This introspective nature is not born out of self-doubt, but from a desire to understand themselves better and to align their actions with their core values and beliefs. They are deeply self-aware, recognizing their strengths and weaknesses, and they use this knowledge to guide their decisions and actions in life. Their self-awareness allows them to be authentic and true to themselves, even when it means going against the grain. Sigma males are not swayed by societal expectations or the opinions of others. Instead, they trust their own judgment and remain aligned with their personal integrity. This introspection leads to a strong sense of identity that is not easily shaken by external pressures or trends. Moreover, their introspective nature enables them to grow continuously. They are always looking for ways to improve themselves, whether by acquiring new skills, expanding their knowledge, or working on their emotional intelligence. Sigma males view life as a journey of self-discovery and personal development, where every experience, whether good or bad, is an opportunity to learn more about themselves and how they relate to the world around them. So this deep introspection and self-awareness often make Sigma males insightful and wise beyond their years. They can offer unique perspectives and solutions to problems, seeing angles that others might miss. Their advice is sought after because it comes from a place of deep reflection and understanding, not just surface-level observation. They are driven by a strong sense of autonomy. Sigma males place a high value on their independence and autonomy, steering their lives according to their own standards and beliefs rather than conforming to societal expectations or norms. This drive for autonomy is not just about physical independence, but also intellectual and emotional self-sufficiency. They prefer making decisions based on their own judgment and insights, and they take responsibility for their actions and consequences. Their pursuit of autonomy is evident in their career choices, hobbies, and lifestyle. Sigma males often gravitate towards paths that allow them the freedom to work independently or in roles where they can exercise a high degree of control over their work and environment. They thrive in situations where they can be self-directed and are not micromanaged, seeking out opportunities that align with their need for personal space and freedom to innovate. So this strong sense of autonomy also means that Sigma males are comfortable being alone and do not fear solitude. In fact, they often see it as necessary for their personal growth and creativity. They are self-motivated, setting their own goals and standards of success, which are often higher than those imposed by others. However, their need for autonomy does not imply a lack of cooperation or an inability to work in teams. On the contrary, Sigma males can be valuable team members who bring fresh perspectives and innovative solutions to the table. Their autonomy allows them to navigate complex group dynamics effectively, as they are not swayed by peer pressure or a need for social validation. Ultimately, the Sigma male's autonomy is a testament to their confidence in their abilities and their commitment to living life on their own terms. This trait inspires them to carve out unique paths and lead lives that are true to their personal visions and values. They are natural problem solvers. Sigma males have a distinctive approach to challenges and problems, often approaching them with a blend of creativity, logic, and out-of-the-box thinking. This capability isn't just about intellectual prowess. It's deeply rooted in their preference for understanding systems and patterns and their desire to devise efficient and effective solutions. Their analytical skills are matched by a willingness to explore unconventional paths to resolve issues, setting them apart as innovative problem solvers. Their problem-solving process is usually introspective and methodical. Sigma males tend to gather as much information as possible, analyze the data from different angles, and consider various outcomes before proposing a solution. This thoroughness ensures that their solutions are not just quick fixes but are sustainable over the long term. They have a knack for identifying the root cause of problems, rather than just addressing the symptoms, which leads to more permanent and impactful solutions. Moreover, their independence and self-sufficiency mean they're often able to tackle challenges on their own, without needing constant guidance or approval from others. However, they also know when to seek out additional information or expertise, recognizing that collaboration can bring valuable insights to their problem-solving efforts. This trait makes Sigma males invaluable in both professional and personal settings. In the workplace, they are the ones who can be relied upon to navigate complex projects and find solutions where others see dead ends. In personal life, their problem-solving skills make them excellent advisors to friends and family, offering practical and insightful guidance. Their natural problem-solving ability is a reflection of their broader worldview. Life is a series of puzzles to be understood and resolved, not feared or avoided. This perspective not only leads to personal and professional success, but also contributes to their continual growth and learning. Thank you for your attention. You can now become a member of the channel by clicking the join button under this video. See you in the next one.